Welcome into the channel, Trade Instinct. This is Paramay. This is Paramay's Trade Journal. Today is May 9th, 2020. It's a Saturday. It's probably around 5 or 6 o'clock. Mountain time here in the United States. Getting a head start to the weekend. Getting a head start to the week. Doing the weekend homework here. Looking at the CoT report Friday Roundup edition for Currencies. We just did the grains one. So now we're going to switch gears and we're going to do currencies. One of the larger, commodities watch lists that I usually take a peek at. So, might look a little boring to start here, but just hang tight and we'll take a look at the charts too. But we generate this report every Friday. So we pulled the legacy report from bar charts and we put it into this report segment here to generate an index. So let's just take a look. So we've got our 6-month index that is working for us for all you swing traders or intraday traders. Hold positions for a couple of weeks or something like that. Maybe a week. Maybe you're just looking for a bullish chart. And then we get the 3-year index too. So top of the heap here on the currencies, much larger segment. So we'll try to get through this as quickly as we possibly can. Top of the chart, Canadian dollar. No big surprise there. Commercial interest set in new net long high positions for the last 6 months, and 3-year index not up over the 80% mark, which we'd like to see. We haven't reset the index, so anything over 100 is we're just setting new net long high positions. We like to see the index at 100, but we just haven't. Every once in a while, I let it roll for a couple of weeks, and just to see the actual the shift in sentiment that's occurring by commercial interest. One we've been following too is the Mexican peso. That's at the top of the heap. Dollar index coming down a little bit. Coming down. So let's just take let's drill down on the dollar index because I think this has shifted a little bit. Just a little bit. Coming down just a little, just a peep here. Was super bullish and now, 3-year index not really supportive in terms of bullishness, but we're up, I think we're up at the $100 spot here. So dollar index one to watch because the rest start to look pretty good when the dollar index isn't doing as stellar. Australian dollar right about that mid-range, again working with that mid-range. I don't know that we were watching the Australian dollar that much, just still hanging out, but maybe we can just take a quick peek at the chart. Okay, Australian dollar there. New Zealand dollar, not one I play very often, and 5 weeks prior, it just doesn't really warrant our attention. We said next couple of weeks or something like that. I know you probably you're looking at the euro dollar here and you're going, well, why aren't you playing the euro dollar? It looks pretty bullish. I just don't play the chart. I don't like the chart. I don't like it on the futures market. I just don't play it. Maybe that's one of my Achilles that I don't play this, but we'll take a look at the chart and I'll tell you why I don't like it. But if you follow me, or you follow the channel, you know that I just don't play that. New Zealand dollar, middle range. British pound, is this warranting any kind of attention? It's starting to shift a little bit here, so maybe in the next few weeks. But I'm not watching it personally, but maybe you watch it. I regularly play the Euro FX, and this doesn't look great. Like we said it last week, it didn't look great, and Euro FX just not looking stellar here. And then what do we got here on the Japanese yen? Hopefully you guys aren't picking up my music because YouTube hates that. And it starts slapping all kinds of royalty fees on you or whatever. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, bottom of the heap. Maybe we'll take a peek at that. Okay, so that's I don't know if we're going to shift this or not, but let's just take a look at the so here's the Canadian dollar, right? Some nice nice bullish looks here. Sentiment starting to shift. Let's just clear this out because I don't like it. See if we can find a zero coefficient, something that this has been working with quite consistently. Can we get a horizontal price channel or downtrend look, or end of a downtrend look, that might help us out a little bit. Oh boy. Not really stellar. Where is our control price? Somewhere right in about there, it looks like. Looking a lot stronger than it has been. Canadian dollar might start turning here. So that's our, our larger time frame look. Control price looks pretty good. Zero coefficient up in here, good time to be, or at least has been, good opportunities to be a seller up in here. Whoop, whoop. What do we got? What's going? Better opportunities, but now we're getting some buildup over this control price. Better opportunities to be a buyer down here, but hanging on this. The best opportunities recently have been just above the control on the larger time frames. So where are comms? Parame, this is commercial interest. What's going on with commercial interest? Well, we said this before. It was looking pretty strong in terms of comms in the 6-month index. So they're really bullish on this. And does open interest help us out? 112,000, 200,000. I would think that this is relatively low. So better buying opportunities down here. Better selling opportunities up here with the WPRs and the overbought territory. And time to go long underneath the point of control down here, and WPR relatively low. So it looks good from the standpoint of commercial interest, at least on the 6-month index. And then here's your better buying opportunities on this control price. Once, and just below that, found support in this cluster going on over here. This could get some altitude, but I don't know if I'm not too keen on being a buyer up there, but maybe a short seller just up above here, just up above this range. Until it can find support on the zero coefficient, I just don't. What are you working with? Look at that gap too. Until it can start finding support, and even then, I think I'm still a short seller up in here. That's what I'd say about Canadian dollar. I don't know. You could be getting some build up for a little bit of a bust higher and come and take out these highs. Well, that's effectively, a double top going on in here. It's hard to be a buyer up here. Probably much easier to be a seller. We can look at the, at least the lower time frame to see if something's presenting an opportunity. But nice run. What goes up must come down, though. We found support up in here, but I just don't. Is this getting exhausted up in this area? We're going to come in, try to bust up into this supply area. I'm certainly not. Up against resistance? I don't think so. At least not yet. It's starting to look pretty good as of late. But look at the retrace going on down here. So better buying opportunity down here, in this support area. How much did it retrace? Well into the probably 70-something% range. So a lot of whipping going on. I would be very cautious up in here. We've got to see a pivot. I got to see something to work with. We can't even establish a channel here. This is going to be spike top and just come back down. I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm not. I think this one's going to require a little bit of patience. Better opportunities to be a seller in these, in these established channels where we've got to swing high to swing low, and then zero coefficient, 1.0, 1.0, 125, and then a bust of the. Once we get underneath that point of control, not hard to be. What are we looking at here? I'm gonna find support in here, right? Yep. What's the number? 17715, something like that. It seems pretty accurate. Nice competing number at 175.175. So yeah, I want to see. I'd like to see a nice established channel if this thing's going to continue to the upside. There's just not much to work with right now. I think this one's going to require a little bit of patience. But comms looking really bullish, so that for me, signals at least, as a leading indicator that getting in on some dips here. Mexican peso was one of the other ones we were looking at. So let's bring in comms again, and this is looking like some other charts that we've been looking at. Nice bottoming pattern, nice accumulation, finding an equilibrium. Here in this range, in this daily range, just up over that 50% mark. Comms really bullish. We like this. We like this. Open interest relatively low. WPR in the oversold range, and market sentiment really low. We've talked about this many times. Well, we've been playing Mexican peso quite consistently. So I think what we've been looking for just recently. I mean, so here's your very steep bullish channel to work with, and then when it busts, it busts. When it breaks, it breaks. Up here, at least we've got some kind of distribution type look up against the the zero line. But this is just real sharp. This is just real sharp in here. And I think we were just waiting for a breakdown on the Mexican peso before we got back into it. So here's your zero. Here's your zero coefficient. This is what we've been pushing off of, and your better buying opportunities existed down here in the 1.25 and the 1.0. So we were looking for some kind of breakdown. We thought it might break down a little sooner than that, but in that 50% range is somewhere where we'd be looking for. Let's clear this up just real quick so we can take a look at it. Did we just show you? Yeah, we just showed you the commercial interest. So you're getting the whole deal here. You're getting the whole deal, which is my lower time frame looks and my higher time frame looks, or one of our leading indicators, which is commercial interest. So we try to see where we can line ourselves up with the right side of the trade. Let's get rid of this too. Let's just get rid of that, because I can't remember what the hell we were doing. Better opportunities, right? 1.0 coefficient, 1.0, 1.25, and here's your zero. And they weren't done. Better buying opportunities when we got outside of that. We were a little hesitant in here. I can't remember why, but they seemed to bust up over that. I think bulls were in charge. Okay, so that was the value low range of this previous top, and we thought there was a little bit of resistance in there previously, but they came up and swept these and took out these highs. So right into some well-known supply, because this is where the shoot started previously, where we had a nice spike top. So we're getting a nice spike top now. Yeah, I mean, I might look for the short side. I don't know. And comms being as bullish as they are. Better buying opportunities down here, but up against some resistance. Right up against that previous supply zone. So if we get underneath that point of control too, we'll start looking for some rejections and a retrace. But are they done yet? Are they done? Can they flip it? Can they flip it and find some support in here? And away we go. And finally start getting. Well, let's just do one thing here. Let's go. Does this help? Does this help at all? Not really. Not really. I mean, can we even get a control price going on in here? This might be a little bit more helpful. If this thing's going to continue to trend higher, but a lot of competition probably going to be happening up here. A lot of dogfighting. Two well-known supply zones. Better opportunities probably to be a seller up in these areas. Better opportunity to be a buyer though up over this control price. So once we get up over that, now we've got this nice established look. We'll see where it goes. Now we'll just be wary up in here. I'm going to play the Mexican peso. I think it's just really kind of trying to find an equilibrium too, but can it trend higher? Most certainly. Mexican peso, one to play. The price is so low of it. It's really trying to find a base after all, the huge market sell-off. So, dollar index. Do we want to look at that real quick? My dollar spot here. Oof. We've been looking at a 4 chart. Where is my 2 chart? This was one of our better charts to look at here. Where's my 2? Where's my 2? Where is my 2? Well, generally speaking, it's usually my better chart to look at. Yeah, we had this one marked up a little bit, but here kind of inverse look compared to the rest of them. Whereas the dollar index took off, and then now it's trying to base here, and just below that point of control. So can this come down a little lower and do better buying opportunities exist down here? So quite a bit of selling off going on. What was this, Friday? Yeah, quite a dump. Not really sure what was happening with the dollar index back there, but let's take a look at the Australian dollar real quick too. What are comms saying about the Australian dollar? We almost got through an entire video without having to move our open interest. Almost got it. Almost got it. Well, it's got a nice trending look to it, doesn't it? It's got a nice trending look to it. And this is something that we were watching previously because we had a nice notion of what this was probably going to do. Oh, comms about middle ground. Better time to be a buyer back here. What are comms doing here? Mid ground. Can this thing retrace? How about that, huh? It's almost spot on, right up against that point of control. Well, better buying opportunities down here. We thought this might get some altitude, with the sell-off that happened, and then it's starting to muster up this channel with a zero coefficient over here. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 here, and we had this nice established uptrend look. Show strength over the control price. Good time to be a buyer, but not a good time to be a buyer up in here. Not a good time. And I don't know that I'm not sure if we put this up here previously, but if it did, boy, what a roadmap. What a roadmap. Looking a little weaker underneath, where most of the buying opportunities happened over this control price, but underneath it now, where's it going to go? Better buying down here, I would think, for any kind of a bounce up. But com's not looking horribly bullish on this, so yeah, pretty decent chart to play if you want to play it. Pretty decent chart. So upcoming weeks, something to look at. All right, we're dragging our feet here with currencies. Dragging our feet. Swiss franc. Let's go. Swiss franc. Where are you? Is it a chart you want to play? It's not a chart that I really want to play. So we busted out of this, this temporary, or I guess this is actually higher time frame on the 4 hour. Got up out of this channel. Nice, support on the point of control, and find support on the downtrend channel. So here's that back test, and that was pretty decent. And then here we are again challenging that same price level just above 1. So I think we can clean this chart up a little bit now. Yeah, I think so. And you know what? We already did this. We already did this on this chart. Yeah. We know where the better buying opportunities exist. Down here on the 0. Yep. So play the channel, because a lot of the currencies look pretty much the same. I'm trying to find some kind of base, some equilibrium. Buy at the bottom, sell at the top. Rinse, repeat. Recognize where your channels are, where your control price is. We're just underneath it right now. We get some elevation. I mean, good opportunity. Once again down here, which was probably within the last week, to be a buyer and to get up here. So nice equilibrium. It's finding a balance. Play the channel. That's all I gotta say about that. Japanese yen. We got something similar going on over here. Yeah, look pretty. Well, a little stronger. A little stronger. This is actually finding some altitude here. It's looking pretty good. Here's your 0 coefficient. We never really got back down there. It's been traded right around the control price. So there was the opportunity to be a buyer. We've come up a little higher, but slow and steady. It's a nice, slow, steady grind higher. How high can it go? Yeah, I got a lot to work with over here too. Yeah, nice steady grind. Nice steady grind. Finding support. I mean, this is just... It's always pleasant to be in these, right? Just buy on the trend line as it grinds a little bit higher. And there's your Japanese yen. So, I mean, not one I want to particularly play just because... Oh, I don't know. I mean, look at that. Just kind of sideways for a while before a break, and then, a lot more sideways trading. You make money on it, though. You make good money on it. Better charts, I think. Okay, we did the franc, we did the yen. We didn't do the New Zealand dollar. I don't know if... I don't play it, but... Doesn't mean I shouldn't play it. Looking a little bit like a slow grind that we've got on the Japanese yen. It's just kind of slow grinding, working its way up. Is there a nice control price to work with? I'm gonna have to look at a higher time frame, I think. Look at that candle, huh? Look at that. Is that your control your control price? Is that it right there? Probably. Oh boy. I think we gotta get... I don't think we have a horizontal here. This slow grind is just... It's just that. It's just kind of a slow grind higher. Better buying opportunities down here. Like it's over that control, and then how much higher does it want to go? It just doesn't look appetizing. This chart doesn't look appetizing, but I mean, maybe you get something down here and just take the slow grind higher. Not bad to be a buyer down here in this area. If it's just going to continue to grind higher, I would wait for a better buying opportunity. I wouldn't be a short seller here if it's going to continue to grind higher, unless you get up to that 1.0, 1.25 or something like that. Then maybe you take your sell, but just a slow grind, higher highs and higher lows. Working. New Zealand dollar. Yeah, not a bad play, I guess. Not a bad play. Where are where are our comms and all this? I know we're doing commercial charts, and I keep getting distracted. I mean, nothing really stellar. Nothing really. I mean, I say that probably in terms of where the violence has been lately, where the volatility has been lately, has been just astronomical. So on your daily time frame, looking pretty strong. But do we want to be buyers up in here, opposed to when the WPR is in the oversold territory? So we're working up. Maybe you can grind a little bit higher. It's looking pretty strong, but better selling opportunities up towards the top of the channel. Okay, that's all I got. That's all I got to say about currencies this week. I hope we covered it, and I hope we've got some good charts to look at. I'm really interested in Canadian dollar and the Mexican peso. Those are the two that I've been playing, and not to spread myself too thin, but or the Euro FX, but I usually pick one currency and I play it. And I try not to get too overextended because it'll just drive you crazy. And there's a lot of other things to do during the day too, so pick one and stick it. Find an extreme and stick to it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about currencies. Thanks for tuning in. There's your commercial interest for currencies. Top of the chart, bottom of the chart. On the 6-month index. Probably the one that's probably the most appealing is Mexican peso on the 3-year index. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for leaving comments. We really enjoy those. And if you want to come talk to us in our Discord community chat channels, you're more than welcome to it. The server address is listed in the description. Copy and paste. Yeah. I hope you find yourself on the profitable side of the trade. We'll see you again on the next video. Thanks.